Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Islam and myth of two nation theory. I am reading an article by Farida Khanam, which has appeared in the editorial page of the Times of India. It is a very important article. It requires our attention. It requires our following. It requires our understanding and everything. There is no doubt about it at all. A very important article. Again, I repeat it. She says in her article, in a deeply polarizing and arguably reckless assertion, Pakistan's Army Chief Asim Munir recently reiterated the two-nation theory, declaring that Muslims and Hindus are two separate nations, not one, and that they differ in religion, customs, traditions, worldview, and aspirations. The two-nation theory, which claims that Muslims and non-Muslims form inherently separate nations, finds no basis in Islamic teachings. In the Quran, prophets consistently addressed those who did not follow their religion as Ya Qawmi, meaning my people, reflecting a spirit of inclusiveness. Prophet Shuaib, for instance, said, "O my people," Quran 11:85. This message directly contradicts divisive ideologies like the two-nation theory. Islamic history itself refutes the notion of separate national identities based on religion. The Prophet of Islam spent 53 years in Mecca, living with non-Muslims without ever advocating religious segregation. Even when some Muslims migrated to Abyssinia, a Christian country, they lived peacefully within local society without asserting any special religious identity. Despite Mecca's non-Muslim majority and fierce opposition to his message, the Prophet deeply loved the city and said that he would not have left it had he not been forced. Throughout early Islamic history, no notion of Muslims being a separate nation existed. This idea only surfaced in the 19th and 20th centuries under political pressure falsely attributed to Islam. After migrating to Medina, the Prophet established a formal covenant with the city's non-Muslim tribes. A significant class affirmed the Jews of Banu Auf are one community with the believers. Jews have their religion and Muslims have their religion. Sirat Ibn Hisham, volume 2, page 107. This covenant, which extended to other tribes as well, set a clear model of coexistence based on mutual respect and shared civic identity. The Quran also clarifies Islamic concept of nationality. It does not define nationality by religion, but by a shared homeland. The term millet refers to religious affiliation, whereas Qawmiyat refers to the bond formed through common land. Attempts to redefine nationality along religious lines or distortions introduced by later political ideologies, not by Islamic thought. The Quran states, mankind, we have created you from a male and a female and made you into showing people and Qabail tribes so that you may know each other. Quran 49:13. Here, people are national groupings based on land, and tribes are family based lineages. Classical scholars such as Abu Rawq al-Hamadani interpreted nations as groups sharing cities, villages, and territories, reinforcing the idea that geography, not religion, shapes national identity. Islam's teachings about relations between Muslims and non-Muslims further invalidate separatist ideologies. The two-nation theory stands in contrast to Islam's inclusive and universal message. The Quran and Prophet's example show that national identity is rooted in mutual coexistence, not in religious division. Islam promotes justice, compassion, and unity among all people, regardless of faith. Therefore, Muslims must rise above divisive ideologies and embrace their fellow citizens, working together for peace, progress, and collective well-being, fostering harmony and shared responsibility in building a just society. The writer is Chairperson, Center for Peace and Spirituality International. She is Farida Khanam. As I said, her article has appeared in Speaking Tree of the Times of India. I think this article is an excellent one, which we must read and remember, and also we must forward it to as many people as possible so that people understand the Islamic thought properly. Thank you for your listening.